What's up, everybody? I'm MCZX. This is the Smart Kingdom, and welcome to WWE Roundup, where we talk about everything WWE. It's episode 15. Should have been 16, but backlash was so bad, it made an episode go back in the trash. I deleted last week's episode because it sucked. Anyway, guys, I was wondering, should we make the roundup just all the professional wrestling by Thursday? I don't know. Should we do that? You tell me in the comments. You tell me in the email. smartkingdom@gmail.com. You can just email it to me or hit me up on Twitter and let me know what we should do. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about WWE Raw. So, Raw wasn't bad. Roman came out complaining as usual. It's like, WWE management doesn't want the big dog to be out here. I'm the best thing going. And Kurt interrupts him like, the best for business deal is you not having a match. Jinder gets a triple threat with Elias and Bobby Lashley. But Roman doesn't see it that way. So Roman goes and looks for Jinder backstage, and they get in a brawl backstage, and Roman beats the crap out of Jinder standing tall to a bunch of boos. I don't understand how the most heated heel, Jinder Mahal, is getting outbooed by the babyface Roman Reigns. No idea. Match of the night, Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens, IC Championship. What is there to say, guys? It's just a freaking good match. And I don't know how anyone could not like Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens' work at the moment. It's just the best. Simply the best. Owens wins after seek out, or the stomp, as they're calling it. In other news, there was NBC Universal this week, and for some reason WWE was there, I guess, to shop a show, maybe to send Raw there on NBC or bring SmackDown there. But rumor has it that they don't want SmackDown live. SmackDown's going to land somewhere else, either renewing with Sci-Fi or going on Spike TV. Still a thing. I haven't watched television in a long time, so I don't know. But at NBC Universal, the women were there. You had Charlotte, Nia, Ronda, Stephanie, Triple H. They were all doing the thing. Kathy Kelly was there. They're all talking. And Nia is, I guess, just barging in on an interview that Ronda Rousey's having. Charlotte's there talking with Ronda. Can you do the woo? Woo! Woo! And Nia comes like, but can you do this? Holds up the belt. And she says, I'm challenging you to face me at Money in the Bank. And Ronda, being ever so humble, was like, I don't think that's fair, because there are other women who should be in that position, and I want to earn it. But Nia was like, listen, am I challenging them? Am I challenging them? I'm challenging you. So, you versus me. And Ronda's like, well, if you put it that way, I guess it's on. And it's on. Now time, before we get to another highlight of Raw, besides the Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens thing, here comes a bad spot. It's No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode in the Money in the Bank qualifier. Guess who won? Guess who won? Guess who won? It was Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode wins with the freaking glorious DDT. I had a couple questions, like, why is this a match? And this felt like a Universe Mode match in WWE 2K18. Seems like if you just hit the randomizer button, you're going to get this match. We go backstage. KO wants a rematch with Rollins. And Kurt's like, I can't do it. And KO's like, well, it's not a threat. I'm going to call Stephanie. I'll snitch on your ass. And Kurt's like, seriously, dog? I'm getting sick of this garbage. He says, oh, you're getting sick of it? Well, it's about to be a reality. And he leaves. Jinder is like holding his side, like, I can't compete, but I will overcome the adversity because I am Jinder Mahal. Leading to Breezango versus the greatest tag team of all time. Maybe we're jumping the gun there. The B team, which is Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. They didn't get an entrance, which it pissed me off. I'm like, how are we going to introduce a new team? We're still treating them like the jobbers. I thought they were the new job squad at first. But then a miracle happened. Because when a hero comes along and something's like that, it's so like, they won. They won. They beat Breezango. The crowd was singing the A-Team theme song because they referenced it in the backstage segment when they announced that they were a new team. And they're super over. B-Team shirts will sell out in 24 hours. Guaranteed. We're that insane. The IWC is that crazy. We will buy those shirts. It just has a B on it and it's a white shirt. We'll buy it. We will buy it. I can't believe they won, but they couldn't believe it either. So I guess we had mutual feelings. Moving back to the garbage. It was Ember Moon and Sasha Banks and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. And you guessed it, the babyfaces won. And another pointless tag team match, the Revival, who have fallen from grace. I don't understand how this is possible. I understand injuries are unpredictable, but good Lord, you don't have to punish those guys. They are so damn good in the ring. And I would hate for the Revival to become the Ascension 2.0 because it's starting to look that way. They lose to the Leaders of Worlds with the kiss of deletion. Baby, every time I get a kiss of deletion. No. That didn't work the way I thought it was. The champs win. Duh. Eventually, they're going to have to deal with Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. I can only see them taking the belts off of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry, Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. And here comes even the... Oh, God, I don't want to read this. So, Sami Zayn comes out. You know, he's doing his thing, and he's mad at Bobby Lashley because he's got vertigo. And all of his losses are Bobby Lashley's fault. And he's like... They replay the cringy interview where Bobby's talking about his three sisters. Now, I was hoping we didn't have to go down this road, but we went down this road. And during the interview after it was over, Sami says Bobby Lashley wants to be him, wants to be Sami Zayn. And he says, look at the hat. I burst out laughing. That was hilarious. Next week, Sami says he's going to expose Bobby Lashley with his sisters at ringside, which I really hope we don't do this because it's not necessary. I'm getting barely This Is Your Life vibes, and I don't need a pointless segment that could hurt both men. Like, Sami Zayn's amazing. Bobby Lashley's amazing if you would, like, give him a chance to do his thing. But to do, like, your sisters say you're not the person you are, I'm going to expose it, put on my glasses. Like, buddy, please. Buddy, please. Just don't do it. I know it's going to happen next week anyway, but don't do it. I don't want to see it. Just please, go away. It was a qualifying match. Bayley, Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James. Of course, Bliss advances. I was bored throughout this match, so there's not much to say. So Jinder is about to go out for his little match, qualifying match at the main event, until he met the big dog. The big dog came and got him. The big dog assaults him backstage by spearing him through a wall. Now, upon further inspection, the wall was made out of cardboard, so he really just pushed him through air and out of the match. Or so we think. So, we get to another good match. Ziggler, McIntyre versus Balor Strowman, which was a weird combo, but I'm okay with it. It's a good match. If Ziggler and McIntyre aren't holding any belts, or McIntyre doesn't go solo and becomes like Universal Champion or Intercontinental Champion, we're going to have a problem. Because McIntyre is gold right now. He's on fire. Like, I don't understand why he's not the monster hero. McIntyre versus Strowman would be amazing. Balor versus Ziggler would be amazing. This tag match was awesome. Ziggler pins Balor, and Braun collides with Drew, destroying the greatest Royal Rumble trophy. Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's dead. So, great match. I enjoyed it. KO, you know, being KO is the third guy. See, you thought it was going to be someone else like Cesaro, but Cesaro was still on SmackDown, so he's not going to be there. No, Bobby Lashley versus Elias versus KO. Couple problems, UK audience. You guys weren't loud enough, one. And two, why didn't you react for Lashley? You just like, I don't say nothing. And they booed him. He didn't do nothing to get booed. He's a good guy. You leave him alone. KO being the hoe that he is, you know, because he's in the match now, so He's a little whiny baby. Elias put on a small concert mid-match till KO interrupted, which is another reason why he's a hoe. They chanted Bobby's sisters and they booed Lashley, which really confuses me because if you look at his work in TNA, Impact, good Lord, he was putting on a clinic. He was the reason to watch that show. And then he left. And then, yeah, well, I really stopped watching when the Hardys left. But still, Lashley was good when I watched it. When I was watching, even when the Hardys were there. Lashley did it like, looks like he was about to do the Dominator, but he did it into like a twisting DDT. And because of Sami Zayn, KO advances to being Money in the Bank. I hate Sami Zayn now. And I kind of wish him to go F off because it's not Bobby's fault. You're making Bobby look stupid. I really would appreciate you to stop doing that. Moving forward to SmackDown Live, Daniel Bryan beat the hell out of Big Cass. Like, it was bad. I guess this is what happens when you try to cross Vince. You have to realize that you're not above Vince, even if you're 6'9". No one is in that company besides Vince McMahon or Linda. Well, maybe Linda's above Vince because Linda's got power. And, you know, every good man should listen to his wife. So Daniel beat the crap out of Big Cass, just worked on the knee, put him in a sick heel hook. Just, don't cross the boss, man. The New Day beat the Bar. And one of the members is going to be in Money in the Bank. Most likely, it's going to be Big E. I could see, this is just a random idea, but I could see them breaking them up over Kofi taking that spot. Being like, the senior position, since I'm the oldest member of the group, and I've been here longer than you guys, I should be in the Money in the Bank. And he goes in anyway, and Woods and Big E get sick of it, and they just kind of leave Kofi alone. I doubt that's going to happen, though. I think the member that's going to go in is Big E, and even if he doesn't win, they might break up. I don't know what angle they're going for with the breakup, but if they're going to break up, I guess Woods and Kofi would stay, and Big E might get traded to Raw or something. I don't know. I really don't understand what they're going to do with them, but I hope it's good and it's just not a pointless breakup because it should have just as much importance as when the Shield broke up. Like, all three men became individuals, and I'm sure Kofi could go back to being solo, and Xavier Woods deserves a solo push. So if they're going to split those three guys up, it better be an important reason, and it better make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, we're going to have a problem. So Absolution meets Paige backstage, like, hey, you know, Mandy Rose like, well, I beat Becky Lynch last week. I should have a match. And Sonya Deville's like, well, I should have a match with Becky Lynch, and I should be in Money in the Bank. And Paige is like, well, Absolution's dead now because I'm putting you two against Becky Lynch in a triple threat, and winner goes on to Money in the Bank. Cien Almas shows up and destroyed some guy named Jake Constantine. I loved it. Cien's going to fit in well on SmackDown Live. Rusev Day is here. I didn't think this was a tease that they're breaking up just because Lana's there. I think they may have scrapped that idea, and they're going to just keep it as a unit with Aiden, Rusev, and Lana. Because if Aiden loses Rusev, I don't know what they're going to do for Aiden besides getting squashed a match. And I hope that's not the case. Lana has a match with Billie Kay, and hopefully Aiden will help her out when winning that match. The Melibration was pompous, extremely pompous. Carmella said she was better than everyone, and Paige came out to a nice hometown pop and announces that Asuka is her opponent for Money in the Bank. And if you ever just seen a face just go from happy to, oh no, not that person. That's what Carmella's face did, and it was bad. It was bad. Becky Lynch defeated Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose to advance to the Women's Money in the Bank. I knew they weren't going to leave Becky hanging like that. And Absolution's not dead yet. And I don't know what this angle is with her and Paige, with them and Paige, but it's going to be interesting to see. Since Paige can't do anything, is Paige going to like get an enforcer or something to deal with Absolution? I'm not sure. And finally, our main event, the best match of the AJ Nakamura series in the WWE realm. Nakamura defeats AJ Styles to choose that stipulation for the match at Money in the Bank. And that match was awesome. I love that Nakamura went old school. He fainted like he got hit in the balls. And the ref was like, did you do that? Did you do that? And they just like, I would never. I would never. And it just led to the reverse exploder into a Kinshasa, and Shinsuke wins. And my favorite part was like towards the end of the match where Shinsuke was just pulling up AJ's head like, I told you. I told you. I told you I'm going to pick the match. I'm going to pick the match. So that was great. I caught up on 205 Live, so here's a little quick bit on 205 Live. It was a fatal four-way between Tyler Bate, TJP, Kenny Williams, and Kalisto. Kenny Williams was pretty impressive. And Tyler Bate beat TJP with the Tyler Driver 97. So that was cool. And then we had just two matches. We had a six-man, which was Flash Morgan Webster, Mustafa Ali, and Cedric Alexander. And they defeat James Drake, who is one half of the Progress Tag Team Champions, Joseph Connors, and Drew Gulak. And I don't know, guys. When I was catching up with 205 Live, I've become a huge Drew Gulak mark. Like, I think I've always liked Gulak since the Cruiserweight Classic. I can't explain it. I love Drew Gulak. Like, I love this new persona. I wish he had his old theme back, though. But the new theme kind of fits his attitude. You know, I like the submission specialist. Like, no one can stop him. I just hate when he loses. It just hurts. I even put a... Let me see if you can see it. I even tell a frowning face when Gulak loses. So, yeah, that hurt. And I heard a rumor that TJP is trying to get out of 205 Live, which I don't blame him. He's way too talented to just be on that show doing nothing, taking loss after loss after loss. If he should move up to the heavyweight division, I think he would fit perfectly on SmackDown Live because his cocky heel persona is perfect. And if he wanted to play a babyface, SmackDown Live would be a great place to play a babyface. Like, once this Daniel Bryan big casting's over, him versus TJP would be nice. But I don't think he's going to get out of 205 Live. And the only way he's going to leave is if he, opts out of his contract, which I wouldn't do because you work a bit too hard to get to this point. And I know the money has to be decent at least to, survive. So I don't know. But I think TJP is going to be okay if he finally gets, a decent storyline. But if not, put him to SmackDown Live, make him move up to the heavyweight division, and have him feud with maybe Big Cass with someone that's just heavier than him. All right. And finally, NXT. So, I'm not going to say his name. The man who shall not be named trolled Full Sail by coming out to Johnny Gargano's theme and waving goodbye like the douche that he is. He proceeded to troll some more, talking about, I destroyed Johnny. Johnny's gone. Look at my majestic beard. It's amazing. Then Candice came up, Candice LeRae, and she confronted the man who shall not be named and asked, who are you? What have you become? What's wrong with you? This is not the person me and Johnny knew. You have become a monster. And the man proceeds to troll, and he says something along the lines of, hey, I lived with you guys for 2 years. You're more of a man than Johnny is. And she slapped the microphone out of his hand. I love this storyline. When Johnny comes back, though, there's going to be hell to pay. But I think the man who shall not be named will win that match. And there'll be, not counting the Cruiserweight Classic, there'll be 1-1. So, yeah, expect a street fight at the next TakeOver. Lacey Evans defeated Brandi Lauren, who also wrestled at Shine 50 versus Big Swole, Ariel Monroe. And she won with this move called the Women's Right, which looked like a slap to me, or was a punch. It looked like a punch or a slap. When I saw it, it looked like a slap. I was not impressed with that. I'm glad Lacey has new music, though. But while Lacey was celebrating, Kairi Sane comes out and beats the crap out of Lacey Evans. A little pint-sized beat. She's just like a little pint-sized ass kicker. And she did that to Lacey Evans. The big dog! Dakota Kai was answering questions by the press. Until Nikki Cross being crazy. Just, When are you gonna face her? When are you gonna overcome your fears, huh? You have to overcome your fears. Face her! Face Shayna! And of course Dakota Kai was shook, just like I was. we come to Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. It ended in a no contest due to Lars Sullivan destroying both men with the freak accident. I believe this episode of NXT teased the perfect amount of Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Wasn't too much, wasn't too little. It was just there. And I like the fact that this ain't over. It's far from over. There's going to be a handicap match next week with Ricochet and Velveteen taking on Lars Sullivan. That's cool. I don't think that's going to work out. Those two egos are going to clash, leading to this feud continuing. They're probably going to have their proper match at TakeOver. Oh, boy. All right. Kona Reeves versus Raul Mendoza. Well, he got new music that finally fits the finest, persona, and defeats Raul Mendoza with that Samoan drop face buster thing. And I don't know, guys. He's not. Let me be honest with myself. Don't be nice. He's still boring. He's a bargain brand EC3 and John Morrison or Johnny Impact or John Nitro or freaking whatever. All those names he goes by. Boone the Bounty Hunter. It's just boring, and I don't know why he would pick that persona when that persona is done very well by EC3. Like, EC3 top 1% is greater than the finest, and it just feels like a knockoff. He needs something to kind of stand out, I guess. I don't know. Heavy Machinery challenged TM61, the cheaters, TM61, to a match next week because they cheat, and they don't high-five cheaters. And finally, Lork and Birch and Dunn defeated the Undisputed Era after a miscommunication between Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. O'Reilly accidentally hit Strong in the face, which led to Lorcan and Birch hitting their respective finishes onto Strong, winning the match. I was expecting the Undisputed Era to win, so Tyler Bate and Trent Seven could come out and back up Pete Dunne. But I guess that's not happening. Maybe we're going to get a Lorcan and Birch title match with O'Reilly and Strong first, and then we're going to have the British Strong Style versus Undisputed Era. That is if Strong is still in the group, because I have a sneaky suspicion that they're going to kick him out once Bobby Fish gets back on his feet, or if someone else from Ring of Honor, wink, wink, that wasn't a wink, 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 that was also not a wink, like if Donovan Dijak would join the Undisputed Era. I don't feel like Strong's going to be there too long. I feel like he's going to have to do the redemption story because, not saying you can't trust Adam Cole, but it's you, Roddy. I'm not sure they're going to let you be heel that long. And he was amazing in that match. Definitely was. But that's WWE. Anything news-wise? Oh, it's just John Cena and Nikki Bella. That thing, that's still going on. Hey, man, we all go through it. I don't know. You either get back up from it or you don't. Because what are you supposed to do, man? Like, do you sit there and just be all depressed because she doesn't want to marry you or when she doesn't know what she wants? Or do you get off your ass and make some more money? I mean, it's all good. Yeah. They're going to help. There's no way. There's no way that there's going to be Lorcan and Birch forever. Like, they're going to get taken out or something. Or have to continue to go through the tag team division. But, yeah, there's no way. I'm just looking for any news. This is sort of big news. Kind of hope this doesn't happen, though. So, what would you do with Andrade? I was pleased with his debut. Well, this is something I've been thinking of for a while. If it was me booking the show, I would have Andrade, like, kind of form, I guess, an alliance with Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, instead of having Big Cass and Nakamura team up to take on AJ Styles, I'd have Almas take on Bryan, like, immediately. The minute Bryan's done with this Big Cass thing, have Almas face Bryan, or have Almas face, I don't know, a Ty Dillinger. Let him start low, but the goal would be Daniel versus Almas so they could have a big match, and eventually almost would align himself with Shinsuke Nakamura, who should be WWE champion at the time. That's what I would do. But WWE's creative may go in a different direction. I'm just spitballing here because you asked me, Tommaso. You got any other questions for me, buddy? Before I talk about uh Enzo. My God. I'm gonna make this quick because I don't want to give this guy too much time. So the Enzo rape allegations, that's been closed. Yeah, he'd have to win that Money in the Bank. Enzo is cleared. I doubt WWE would take him back because that's a volatile situation. Rape is no joke. If you're called a rapist, or if someone calls you a rapist, listen, that's serious business. And I don't think WWE would, as a business, rehire this person. If he's innocent, fair. I tend to side with the women at this shit because I don't think women are gonna lie about being raped. Excuse me. But if you understand the nature of the game, because he is famous, he is this, that certain people will lie to get money. And it's just a point. It's a shame we have to do that in society now and be like, oh, you're just saying that for money when, the shit could have really happened. But if he's innocent, that's cool. You don't have to walk with that burden anymore. As for the lady, it's unfortunate because if that really happened and she's not bullshitting, that sucks. That sucks that they didn't believed him because he has money or whatever, connections or whatnot. As for him wrestling in WWE again, I do not see Enzo coming back. I do not want Enzo back in WWE because they'll ship him to 205 Live, and 205 Live will turn into that character show that it was, when he was there. If he's gonna go anywhere, I could see Enzo arriving in Impact because Impact needs stars. Impact needs some people to help their brand. And a former WWE guy, even though that's repeating the cycle, would you rather Ty Dillinger or Zack Ryder? Who has it worse right now? I'm going to finish this thought and then I will say who has it worse. Impact needs help. So if they get Enzo, it'll make sense. Or he'll just do the music thing like he's been claiming he's going to do. But if he's innocent, cool. If he got off, that's not cool. But I don't know the truth. It's him, her, and the creator of the universe know all that. I don't. But who has it worse? Eli versus Enzo in a promo battle would be kind of cool, though. Because Enzo could talk his ass off. I would rather see Enzo in a managerial position instead of a wrestler. Unless he'll be willing to work on his fundamentals. But who has it worse? Ty Dillinger or Zack Ryder? Well, I can't say Zack has it worse. I don't think Zack has it worse. I think Zack is doing fine. Got a beautiful girlfriend. Life is good. You could buy action figures, What is there to complain about? I think the person in that case, it would be Ty. Because Ty's awesome, but Ty's not getting any opportunities. And I would hate for someone like Ty Dillinger to get released and he goes into Ring of Honor and he proves why he was that damn good in the first place. And WWE's like, why did we let him go? Kind of like how they are with Cody right now. It's like if you would have let Cody shine, Cody would have never went to the Bullet Club. He would have never went to Ring of Honor. But you didn't. You left him in mid-card hell, and now Cody's ruling the world with the All-In show, which is bloody amazing that they sold it out in 30 minutes. That's insane to me. Like, the New Japan shows is one thing, but this is a self-funded indie promotion with no big backing. This is just those three guys. It's crazy. It is crazy. But congrats to Cody and the Young Bucks for the All-In. Who will challenge? Who does it look like will challenge Black for the NXT Championship? To me, Lars Sullivan. And the reason I'm going to say Sullivan is just because he's the resident monster. And when you're the resident monster, you get to, destroy everyone. And I don't think it's too early for Ricochet. Velveteen and Black 2 would be cool, but I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on that. I think they're going to give Lars the go-ahead to face Aleister Black at the next TakeOver because I can't think of anyone else. Sanity's not there anymore. And Lars just fits the bill. We haven't brought Dijak up or that the Great Black Otaku on Twitter. So he says it seems a triple threat between Johnny, the man who shall not be named, and Black or like you said. Yeah, I mean, I can see it as the man who shall not be named too, but since Johnny is still there, it's not going to happen. I think once Johnny moves up to the main roster, unless the man who shall not be named follows Johnny, yeah, I think him versus Black is another thing. I almost said his name again. And I've been doing good. I didn't say his name. But Lars seems like the best option for now. And Ty Dillinger just needs to have a push. And I think I already said my congrats about All In. So will the 205 guys ever be back on Raw? This is like a little extended Q&A because we're done talking about WWE, but I don't mind. No, I don't think those segments did those guys any good. They were just 6-man tag matches. There was no storyline progression when they were on Raw. Like, not even with Neville as champion. It was just, stuff. Just a 6-man here, a 6-man there. There was that one moment when Neville lost to Akira Tozawa, but at the same time, like, why would I put the Cruiserweights back on Raw if they're not going to do anything for 205 Live? And I guess since they know the viewership for 205 Live isn't too... But they scrapped it. I heard they were planning a 205 Live Money in the Bank, but they scrapped it. Sad. Yeah, that would have been crazy. But think about it. What's the point of having that match unless someone from 205 Live was competing in the Money in the Bank match to get the opportunity to win the briefcase and cash in wherever, that being 205 Live, SmackDown Live, or Raw? Like, that would be a smart idea. I would think if you would have like maybe a fatal 5-way and one of these guys gets to be in the match, even though they may not win it, they get to become Mr. Money in the Bank. That would be insane if a cruiserweight won the Money in the Bank. I'm all for that, to be honest with you. I would prefer, like, if, I don't know, a Drew Gulak won and he could just make his way to SmackDown Live and tap out a Shinsuke, or tap out an AJ, or go to Raw and cash in on Brock, for fuck's sakes. Let's do that. Or just cash in on Cedric. Like, the possibilities are endless, but most likely he would be going back to the cruiserweights and just cash in on whoever's the champ there, because I don't think they're that bold to make a decision like that, to allow a cruiserweight to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, it just doesn't seem well. That's just me. If I had to pick one of them, I'd go with Ali or Murphy. I'd pick Murphy because he looks the part, and he does, this whole weigh-in thing. He could get away from that and just win the SmackDown Live Championship, because I figure he would win that one instead of Raw, since Lesnar's never there. He would just win a SmackDown Live Championship and become a heavyweight full-time because he's the guy, and it makes sense. It just makes sense. No more weigh-ins. He's a champ. He doesn't have to put up with your crap anymore. So I'd pick him. Ali wouldn't be bad either, but he'd be pigeonholed to just cashing in and 205 Live instead of, this would be the last thing. Someone I find really entertaining is Noam Dar. He should be healed by now. Well, he doesn't have a knee brace on anymore. Recent picture I saw of him, he can walk. It looks like he can walk. He's at the PC, so maybe he's training to get back. He would be the perfect person to feud with Cedric Alexander after this whole Alicia Fox thing. Like, to reignite that feud would be fun, because that was one of the standout feuds on 205 Live when it wasn't that good. Like, who could forget Alicia Fox and Cedric Alexander? Like, who could forget that? That was fun. So to see those two go at it again, I'm all for it. But Buddy Murphy's playing the role of Neville, I guess. And until that runs its course, yeah, who knows? And one other thing, I wish Hideo, they do have great chemistry. I wish Hideo was on SmackDown Live instead of 205 Live. It feels like, not like it's a punishment, but it feels like Hideo should be on one of the main shows. Like, he is one of the top superstars in Japan from Noah and sometimes Dragon Gate. Like, why the hell is he on 205 Live? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, Tozawa makes sense being on 205 Live, but Hideo doesn't. Like, it's just the caliber of the wrestler doesn't fit the show. Like, he should not be on a cruiserweight only show. Hideo's too good for that. And it's just an idea I just thought of. If he were to make the jump to heavyweight, have him pair up with Almas. Like, they're not a tag team, but they just help. And yeah, his new finisher doesn't make sense either. Like, what is that Dragon Sleeper knee thing? He does the GTS. CM Punk is not coming back. Why do we have to, protect that finish? It's not like the stunner or the RKO. It's a freaking GTS. He invented the move. Hell, half the roster owes their moveset to Hideo Itami because it's his stuff. Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, you guys have totally swagger jacked Hideo Itami. And it gets no respect. Like, part of me wants him to leave and go to New Japan or back to Noah and just run stuff over there because, like, what the hell? What are you doing? You're wasting your talent on this show. And I get there's a need, but what is he going to do without Akira Tozawa? What is he going to do? Like, seriously, what's going to happen after this? Is he going to get a title shot? Probably not. Is there going to be anything? Yeah, probably, but that's not his thing. It still could be a freak accident if you land wrong on someone's knee. A knee is very hard. But all I'm saying is Hideo Itami should be treated with some damn respect. Just the same way as Shinsuke is being treated with all this respect and we recognize how great he is. We should do the same for Hideo Itami because Hideo Itami is just as good as Shinsuke Nakamura. May not be as charismatic, but he's just as good. Like, when it comes to wrestling, and it's just weird that we ain't getting that. It low-key bothers me. But, yeah, that's it, man. That's it for the WWE Roundup and a little Q&A with the Tommaso Mark, because that's not that other guy. So, yeah, respect him. Respect Hideo. I'm MCZX. This has been fun. I catch you guys next time. I don't know. Do I keep doing Smart Court? I think I'm going to keep doing Smart Court. Or, yeah, just have the news show continue. But, yeah, guys, I'm done. This has been going on for like 38 minutes. I know other people who cover wrestling go on for like an hour. But who wants to sit through 38 minutes of thinking my battery just went to 20%? No, sir. No, sir. I'm MCZX, and I will see you guys next Thursday or Wednesday. I almost did this Wednesday night, but it was too late. So, see you guys later. Bye now. Peace. Be good. Do your best. All that stuff. Positive affirmations. Positive affirmations. You're awesome. Bye now.